Limited nero eduke cholide ili kubwatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company nambe yemo eyokorose chirangi meyenseyiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biriya bikomanya seyeka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boyigo chire chichi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kerage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentera nibwa amavuta yani oil na boyigo chiriya chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire chiri guririke iriya gatigati wekariguri lyabantabati boyigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo wochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani wochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora bwikirano tutarire rero elibwe nyorere abamanyi aboyigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene duka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Ritko komina kabere motinyo gatatu mwanche murigerera umwaka no yubwechiri bubere merangebere na Isano nani no kwegena kwane na chira sembyo na gosogeire asenchira erenge yakigima na kwariganira sembese Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere asenchira yobwe ngomanya maya korwa Chinsinyo imene yorogongo rwagusina boyigo isko yorogongo rwagusi boyigo asechi county emerongere na Isano na Ibere Chinsa ya Kenya abwasiri tukore rero mangana chikambi eriko tumanya na gotobera kirori ya gatiari abere gako Ekeonga Catherine Nyaboga Wilson Makori kuraso mu bimanyiriro kabana into wikomwero Natogo cha kani gomora ibwensi ya Kenya omoske Daktari William Samoei Ruto na omokonyoye omoske Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki bagendere ni taru ya magendero asomo cyo monene o Nairobi hitukoria gatatorero babirabu nigo bari asensemo ya Dagoretti erego chake na boigo korotota emirobiro ya magendero ase ensemeyo aseboigo bari nabarai abanene korwa ase eserekari gukwana imambia rero nigo mora ibwensi ya Kenya omoske Daktari William Samoei Ruto atebre ni garachi kobeka chinguru chine eriyo gosira sekta yechsemi engana yewa okoboko na umowaziri obobwera ni wamangana na boigo amangana yakirero umuske William Kabogo umukonyo yumuske Professor Kithure Kindiki na boigo mugavana wa county ya Nairobi umuske Johnson Sakaja.
Tumekubaliana ya kwamba leo mimi naenda hapa kwa masomo ya watu wa hapa Dagoretti. Masomo ni muhimu kwa watoto wote wa taifa letu la Kenya. na ndio sababu tumeajiri walimu wapya 76,000 ambao watatusaidia kusomesha watoto wa Kenya wakiwemo watoto wa Nairobi. Na nimekubaliana na huyu KJ ya kwamba wakati tunasomesha watoto wa Kenya lazima watoto wa Dagoretti wasome. Leo tunaenda kupanga mambo mengine ya shule kwa sababu tunataka kila mtoto wa Kenya apate nafasi ya kusoma, ndio watoto wote wawe sawa, kwa sababu elimu ndio inatuletea usawa.
Tunaendelea kufanya kazi pamoja ili kuhakikisha watu wetu wamepata huduma. Wakati wa campaign, moja ya ile mambo muhimu wafanyabiashara walituambia ni kwamba wale ambao ni wafanyabiashara wadogo wadogo, wakiwemo mama mboga na wafanyabiashara wadogo, wanahitaji mahali safi na mahali pazuri fa kufanyia biashara yao. Tuko hapa pia kwa mambo ya shule, mambo ya barabara na mambo mengi ya kimaendeleo. Je, mnaunga rais mkono aendelee na mambo ya maendeleo? Tungetaka nchi yetu tuwe na uzalendo na tuwe na umoja, na sasa hivi ni wakati wa kujenga taifa letu na mshikamano wa jamii zote za Jamhuri ya Kenya ili tuwe taifa ambalo liko na nguvu.
Sisi Mheshimiwa Rais tunashukuru kwa sababu umeshikanisha Kenya mzima. Sisi tutaunga rais mkono ili aweze kufanyia Wakenya kazi. Sisi tunajua kuna mengine mnazungumuza mungependa serikali itekeleze. Mheshimiwa Rais atachunga hiyo maneno, kama ni SHA itaundwa mpaka iwe ya kufaidi wa Kenya.
Soko itachukua wafanyabiashara zaidi ya 600. Tutaweka hapo mabuchari, iko na cold storage, iko na daycare ya watoto. Tufanye biashara kwa sababu wera ni wera, mboka ni mboka, si ndio hiyo? Ni watu wangu, nawapenda, nawadhamini, na walombo tov wabimbwete ya mutuini.
Na mwancho murigerera togosika bosio nigo muwaziri wo boremine tugo omoske mtaika wa mambia rero aikira na bosi bwe bunge ya Senate bunenjere ya moyo kwiranira mabolio igore ye sector yaye gose ensemo yo boremi anene mono asekemere kiriage chae gukwana bosi bwe bunge ya Senate nigo omoske mtaikawe aerera igatimiro biro area serikali yabekire nabo igo ebodi eretenirete echae bunenjere ya mo osimero biri abekire erigo kini yarigesa nabo igo rigori ryekemere kioge.
3. The Tea Board of Kenya also undertakes surveillance audits of the factories to ascertain to adherence with good agricultural and good manufacturing practices and compliance with the terms and conditions of the manufacturing licenses. In terms of the commitments, the government is committed to the following. Number 1 is to undertake periodic monitoring of the implementation of the management agreements by the tea factories and the management agent. Number 2, it is our intention to curb tea hawking malpractices which lead to processing of low-quality tea leaves. This will be achieved by enforcing the tea registration and licensing regulations 2025. And Mr. Speaker, I want to emphasize there that our tea quality has been compromised to an extent by the fact that there are people who are hawking, who do not have any tea of their own, essentially go to the gates to buy the tea. That is why you hear of tea theft in parts of the Rift Valley, and so on. So effective this week, or effective today, the hawking of tea across the country, Mr. Speaker, will be stopped so that farmers can deliver their tea themselves and to ensure that the quality standards are met. We have also instructed that the Tea Board takes effective action to control this issue and to ensure that independent processors of tea also buy from registered farmers so that the hawking business can be put to an end. So we intend to gazette the Green Leaf Quality Standard Guidelines to curb harvesting and processing of low-quality tea. We intend to gazette of tea regulations to operationalize the Tea Act 2020, working with both houses of Parliament We intend to make necessary amendments to the Tea Act 2020 in order to address all challenges facing the subsector.
Na omwaziri wa wachenu omoska mosubuati Debra Barasa na babwatani onkoro ase sekta yo wachenu nigo bakore gikaro imambiarero na bagavana na boigo abajumbe eriko kwanira chinchira ne bitambukiro byokorwania oboroire bwenyamara anene mono konyora amariogo yoborire obo gokwana segikare kyo nigo musubati Barasa arure okuboria gochiasa abajumbe anene mono tinga kichiribao cha kwete budget gokinie budget yoko na yensemeyo ya sector ya wachene bunenchira ya moyo kinya na gokonya ensemeyo,
especially for essential programs currently supported by PEPFAR. The second call to action is for members of parliament. I urge you to advocate for increased budgetary allocations to the health sector, particularly for HIV and other programs that were supported. The time to act is now. Without sustained domestic investment, the progress we have made in the HIV response is at risk. We must prioritize financing for essential commodities, human resource, and healthcare infrastructure. Strengthening domestic health financing mechanism will provide long-term sustainability and resilience. The third call to action is for the health sector. Rethinking our approach to disease management is critical. HIV was managed as a security issue, leading to the creation of UNAIDS, PEPFAR, and global tracking metrics. Perhaps it is now time for Kenya to reassess the design and sustainability of disease management program to ensure long-term resilience and self-sufficiency. As I conclude, honorable members of parliament, your excellencies, governors, distinguished guests, I'm here not only to share insights, but also to listen and collaborate on securing Kenya's healthcare future. We urge calm, unity, and collective action as we navigate these changes. Kenya's HIV response remains strong, resilient, and people-centered. Together, we will ensure that no one is left behind. So let us stand together in our commitment to a sustainable and resilient health system.
Na togos kabosio ni gensi ya Kenya ya bekiro kuigwana sia bekire seyo kuigwana ne enseria hangare buna enchire ya moyo go sira chisemi na boigo oboremi ase egatie chinsecho Ibere gokwana ase taro yaje menseyo ni go mwaziri monene mensi ya Kenya umuske msale mdavadi atogiri enseyo asoko gendra kwenda na chi scholarship kucha saboro kiwo chimibere kero mwaka kuro asensi ya Kenya asaboigo atogete obusane na boigo bwa matobia obwa bere ase Getembe
We have just concluded a very fruitful engagement with my colleague, where we exchanged views on how we can strengthen and consolidate the good relations between our two countries. Our countries have shared a long-standing relationship. Hungary was the 6th country to establish a mission in Nairobi in 1964. In our bilateral meeting today, we have held in-depth discussions on ways of enhancing trade and investment between Kenya and Hungary. We have shared ideas on new opportunities to improve the balance of trade between our two countries. We have resolved to promote greater linkages between our private sectors and business communities in between our business persons. In this regard, we have agreed to hold the next session of the Joint Trade and Economic Committee between our two countries, hopefully before the end of this year. We have further agreed to expedite the conclusion of negotiations on the agreement on promotion and reciprocal protection of investment between our two countries, and also complete negotiations on the agreement on avoidance of double taxation. We have also just signed 2 memoranda of understanding, one in the field of education and the other in the field of agriculture. These are very important to both of us. Hungary is an important partner to Kenya in the education sector, and I take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to appreciate the government of Hungary's support for the 200 scholarships offered to Kenyan students annually by and through the stipendium Hungaricum program. We really appreciate. On agriculture, Mr. Minister, we will continue to work very, very closely together. And we have just also had a conversation on the 2 projects that you are undertaking in the field of agriculture. Kenya remains committed to enhancing the diplomatic relations with Hungary, and it is for this reason that Kenya is committed to establish a resident diplomatic mission in Budapest in the near future.
Na togocha gukora nigo serikali iminsi ya Kenya nene mono gwetira wizara ya Chisemi yarire yogocha gusira na boyo gokinya Chisemi iminsi ya Kenya aseboigo irachi gukora emechando irase sector yo nene mono aso moroberi OCBC gokona segekaro na babwatani be Chisemi nigo bono murike botamba se wizara ya Chisemi moske birio kipsang atebire niga serikali yagenderere kwagacha ibirasi ase Chinsemo a iminsi ya Kenya na nigo barachi kwene kiabuna aboro ke bari wachi kwenda senior school nigo barachi guska nyora bitango binde byo.
The most important preparation that we are doing for our children will be at the basic education subsector. Thereafter, we hand them over to be able to now consolidate the future and the careers that they would want to take to shape their future. We are to progress our children from grade 8 to grade 9, and as we are all aware, our previous system was running up to class 8, and therefore we had adequate facilities for the first 8 years. In our primary and junior school, we needed to provide facilities for grade 9. I want to report that we were successful in ensuring that those facilities were availed. We have so far built 16,000 classrooms. Upon assessment, there were schools with lower enrollments which necessitated more classrooms. We envisage to do another 7,000 classrooms. We are all aware of the strategic value that STEM has for this country, because we are dealing with agriculture where we want to do value addition. We are dealing with digital jobs. The future is about technology, and that is why we envisage and expect every school to provide 2 pathways, and one of the pathways will be STEM. Therefore, to prepare every school to provide STEM, we are going to build 1,600 laboratories. The issue of capitation, we are working very closely with our colleagues at the National Treasury so that we can make sure that the second tranche of capitation to our senior schools is availed. I can give them our word that we are at the tail end of ensuring that that resource is dispersed to them. Subjects will be aligned in accordance to every pathway. Social sciences will take social sciences. STEM will take STEM, which includes maths. So that is what it is. The only thing that we shall make sure is to ensure that our children are able to communicate right. Then we shall ensure that every child at least has to socialize with languages. That is English, Kiswahili, and sign language.
Mwancho muregerera gwikiraga bunongo chigwikira omwere w'Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere asenchira yo bwengo omwere korende ayune gati yari ng'endere to kwariganiria SMS y'Ekeonga Chinsa 10 na ninchigo kuyaretera asenchira yo bwengo boigo nchengatire ni Nyaboga Wilson Makori kora sense meri manyiriro Wilfred Matunda nero gende tokona kemuna chibiche chigana maregi gwikira chire asenchira erengi yakendera gutwara burigiriro borobya asemero bure Getembe TV go chigo so asembe asegeka gitari Getembe ndoche buna ime studio DJ Reels oikire ajo koreta umurobero vibes on vibes bye bye tomirana ase Chinsa chiko myasema Ekeonga boigo
Eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide iri kubatoka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company nambe yemo eyokorose chirangi menseliga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biriya bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boigo chire chichi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabondo mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentra nibwa amavuta yani oil na boigo chiria chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chiri kurwase chire chiri guririke iriria gatigati wekari guri ria bantabatinu moigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo wochoganya chirangi wikabunuraganie wochoganire erangiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na gokwege namuna ekale awatagete nigo kwayanyora bwikirano tutarire rero eriwe nyorere abamanyi aboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene duka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simbwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.